What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're jumping back onto our PvE team that we've been building here. We're going to test some things out. We are going to first do a hit with just the Drake, the traditional method where we tend to do a lot of damage. Now we have all the demon bells set up. We still have the wolf because of course we don't have the Sigmund in here, which means we are going to run crit damage and armor break for right now. The wolf combined with her should be able to get armor break down to like 0 on the back targets, which is something we didn't really think about previously, but we're going to see how this works out. So let's go do our first attack. We do have Melassa in the flame shrine right here, so I'm expecting some big numbers, especially since our Vesta is literally almost the most maxed out max you can possibly be. We got like 3 more levels to 120 in her origin tree. Should be interesting to see how this turns out. So let's watch this first battle right here. All right, let's speed it up. Again, the more times she hits the front target and the more times the wolf gives her the bleed buff, bleed damage bonus buff is going to be better for our damage. So it's not going to be exact. In reality, maybe we should do 2 attacks with the Drake setup just like this, and then we're going to do something else. We're not going to be removing the Drake this time. We're going to remove one of the Rogans to see how the ordering works and the energy feeding kind of goes. It should work fine, but we'll have to see. I'm happy I remembered to change the damage numbers back from the other day because I didn't notice that earlier, and I was like, oh, the numbers were so annoying. Oh, look, the long numbers that we used to have, you couldn't tell where the commas were, any of that nonsense, but we got it back. Already up to 3.4 billion on the front target per ping, which is great. Again, the wolf is getting rid of armor on these rounds, and so is the armor break that she has from her void imprint, so should be doing some pretty good damage. Her counterattack's like 2.5 billion, which is pretty crazy. I guess a lot of this damage could also go to the number of times Melassa hits queen, because watch right here, 1.5 billion on the back row. So you can see 1.5 billion on the back row that doesn't have that Drake defense down versus like 2.5, which that's pretty significant. Again, the more hits on the front target, the better. The more hits from Heartwatcher on the front target, again, also better. All right, come up to round 11. You can see the damage numbers are just all over the place because there's so many things, so many different things that go into this fight for RNG. That was a really good one. She hit the front target a ton right there. All right, next one, 3.5. The damage looks like it's reset on the bottom 2. I don't know why it does that reset where it like lowers it down once it hits like maybe like the 10 billion mark. It just bumps it down. I don't know. All right, next round is coming up. More counterattacks. All right, 3.3 counterattack. Let's see this last round right here. Yeah, see that one, I don't know how these damage numbers work. I wish they just weren't bugged for these gigantic numbers to show up improperly. All right, so 10 billion, that's pretty much what we are used to seeing. Let's hit it one more time just with this lineup. Let's just see if it's there's a little RNG, get a little bit of a range in here. About 9 billion. So 9 to 10 billion does seem to be what we're working with here. Now, let's jump back into our formations. PvE boss. This is what we're going to do. We're going to remove one of these Rogans, and instead, now we're going to slot in that Sigmund we built. We're going to do a couple things as well. We're going to be changing over to the Phoenix since we do have that burn synergy. We're going to have to equip you with gear, and we're going to have to give you a demon bell. Stone looks fine. Setup looks fine. In reality, we could just make him very offensive as well, and he should be good here. Yeah, seems good. So we have the Phoenix. The other thing we want to change, since he is going to be removing all of the armor essentially, we don't need this armor break node. We're going to change it back over to like holy damage just so it's more damage overall. We're going to save it. This is going to be the lineup. Let's see what happens if we keep the Drake in, but we also add a Sigmund into the lineup. Where are we at damage-wise? We're doing okay here. We're doing some testing, so it's not quite right. We got Mr. Sigmund in here. Let's see if this is a difference maker. Because if he can strip away all of their armor in the back row, that might mean more damage for Vesa, which could be a big win. Now, the difference is Rogan's, I mean, we don't have the Rogan's V3, V4, so they're not giving as big of a Bloodthirst bonus to Vesa when she does hit. Because again, that is a RNG factor. One less Rogan means less Bloodthirst buffs going out, plus less end of round buffs and beginning of round buffs. So that could be, we could see a net negative by dropping one Rogan for this Sigmund. So we'll have to see how this works out. I really don't know if it's going to be more or less. I'm almost leaning towards it's going to do less with the Sigmund. But we'll just have to see. All right, let's see. So you can see the armor stacks. There's 3 of those armor stacks in the back row, which is 90% armor reduction, I believe. Sadly, the 4th stack doesn't go until he applies the 4th one because it lasts for 3 rounds or whatever. So he applies the 4th one, but no one actually gets any benefit from it technically. Unless we count the counterattacks from them hitting Queen in the Royal Guard, because you see the 4 is up when they do attack, so that might make a little bit of a difference. But again, not having Bloodthirsty, not having 2 different sources of Bloodthirsty to keep this nice little green ring around Vesa, that might be a significant damage difference. For some reason it doesn't feel as strong, but it might have been that the damage numbers already recycled. We also have the Phoenix, which is nice too. It's a much better buff. I mean, it feels good. It feels like the damage numbers are already lowered and reset again, which seems faster than the last fight. I don't know. This is tricky. I'm actually kind of excited to see what this damage number turns out to be. This is looking kind of good. Maybe it's a little deceiving. I'm interested to see how much damage Sigmund does too in this kind of offensive setup. All right, round 14 looking pretty solid damage wise. Let's take a look at the last one though, the important one here. All right, slow it down. Big active from the Vesa. I mean, it definitely is more damage on the back row, I feel like. That's just, like, guaranteed. Big counterattacks. Damage is... It's actually more. Holy cow. Let's do one more hit here. We're just going to skip it just so we can see the damage numbers one more time. All right, so... Ooh, there's a lot of variance in this. Is it better or is it worse? I don't know. Testing it has caused us to have some issues, but is Sigmund worth it? I don't know. Probably not overall. Like, overall, on a normal person's account, no. For us, because we like having fun, maybe. Maybe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about it, and I'll see you guys next time.